Hey there, I am Jeremy Wells of J Wells CFO, and I'm excited to tell you about how I use ProConnect with Ignition. So I'm here in the dashboard of Ignition, and the first thing I want to show you is under the Apps tab. You'll see that ProConnect is now an option here, and it's enabled, which means I've already made that integration between Ignition and ProConnect. If you use ProConnect to do your tax returns and you also use Ignition, it's pretty easy to set up that connection. So go ahead and get that set up. And then once you click on that, you'll notice that there are a few things you can do here. One is you can sync that connection. So if you add a new client over in ProConnect, you can sync and then have that updated here in Ignition. The other thing that's really important is down here in this import clients dialog box here, you can click view synced clients. And what this is going to do is take you over to your client list in Ignition, and it's going to have it filtered just down to the ones that are over in ProConnect. So what you're actually seeing here is a list of your ProConnect clients. And this is important because you'll notice here in the next last column, this is linked. And if you see a green check mark, that means that you've successfully linked that Ignition client to your ProConnect client. So you know that that client exists in both ProConnect and Ignition and that they've been successfully linked together. But you'll notice that some of these don't have that green check mark, so we need to link them. And you can do this in a couple different ways. Let's look at Dunder Mifflin here. So I know Dunder Mifflin is already a client here in Ignition, and they're showing up in this list, which means they're a client over in ProConnect. So I need to make that link. So I can click on this three-dot menu, and then one of the options here is link to Ignition client. So I'm going to click that, and then here in the search box, I'm going to search for Dunder Mifflin, which comes up because, like I said, this is one of the clients here in Ignition. I'll click that and you'll see that comes up. If I wanted to look at this client and make sure that it was the right one, or I wanted to update their information, I could click that and that would open in a new tab. Or I can also go look at that client over in ProConnect, again, to make sure, to confirm, to update. But I just want to link them. So I'm going to click this link button. And now you'll see that I have this green check mark here. And so I've successfully linked those two clients. Now here for Orion, I'm going to click the three-button menu and link to Ignition client. And I'll start typing in Orion and nothing comes up. And that's because this client doesn't exist in Ignition yet. So I'm going to X out of that and then go to Convert to Ignition client. And this is where I can add some specific information about this client. I could add their contact email. This is exactly like setting up a new client in Ignition for the very first time. Once I have added all of that information, I'll click Convert. And then you'll notice that I get the green check mark here next to that. So I've created the client from the ProConnect client, created that in Ignition, and now those two are linked. So this is really great for making sure that your ProConnect client list is the same as your Ignition client list, and that all of those clients that exist in both have actually been linked here in Ignition. You want to make sure to do this with all of your ProConnect clients when you've set up your app integration between Ignition and ProConnect. So here I have the entire list of ProConnect clients that are in Ignition, and from here I can filter down even further. So since ProConnect is tax software, I'm probably going to want to be able to filter by the tax return type. So here under More Filters, we have the option Return Types. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to type in the return type. For example, I'll use 1065 Partnership Tax Return, and I'll click on that, and then click Done. And here we see the filtered list of 1065 returns that exist in both ProConnect and Ignition, 1065 clients. And we have just one Bob's Business here. I can change that filter. I can take out 1065 and then replace that with 1040 or individual tax return types, and now I get Sumix in. So this is another great way to be able to take that ProConnect list, get it into Ignition, and then start filtering and looking at the different kinds of work that you have and the different kinds of clients that you have in both lists. And of course, now you can do all the great things that you can do with Ignition. You can select all of your tax return clients. You can send them updated proposals. You can send those in bulk. And of course, be sure to use your templates when you're sending those proposals. I'm Jeremy Wells of J Wells CFO. This is how I use ProConnect with Ignition. I hope you, if you're a ProConnect and Ignition user, get some value out of this integration and start using it. If you have any questions, please reach out to Ignition's help or reach out to me directly, Jeremy Wells at J Wells CFO. Thanks for watching.